Real Madrid possible squad and transfer rumors for season 2026-27 in La Liga. Manager: José Mourinho, 63 years old, country from Portugal, manager of Real Madrid club. Goalkeepers: Thibaut Courtois, 34 years old, country from Belgium, position goalkeeper. Endrick, 27 years old, country from Ukraine, position goalkeeper. Defenders: Dean Huijsen, 21 years old, country from Spain, position center-back. Ibrahima Konaté, 27 years old, country from France, position center-back. Raul Asensio, 23 years old, country from Spain, position center-back. Éder Militão, 28 years old, country from Brazil, position center-back. Antonio Rüdiger, 33 years old, country from Germany, position center-back. Marc Cucurella, 28 years old, country from Spain, position left-back. Alvaro Carreras, 23 years old, country from Spain, position left-back. Ferland Mendy, 31 years old, country from France, position left-back. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 27 years old, country from England, position right-back. Denzel Dumfries, 30 years old, country from Netherlands, position right-back. Midfielders: Aurélien Tchouaméni, 26 years old, country from France, position defensive midfield. Federico Valverde, 28 years old, country from Uruguay, position central midfield. Eduardo Camavinga, 23 years old, country from France, position central midfield. Thiago Pinto, 19 years old, country from Spain, position central midfield. Jorge Sestero, 20 years old, country from Spain, position central midfield. Jude Bellingham, 23 years old, country from England, position central midfield. Bernardo Silva, 32 years old, country from Portugal, position central midfield. Forwards: Arda Güler, 21 years old, country from Turkey, position right winger. Vinícius Júnior, 26 years old, country from Brazil, position left winger. Yan Diomande, 19 years old, country from Côte d'Ivoire, position right winger. Rodrigo, 25 years old, country from Brazil, position right winger. Brahim Diaz, 27 years old, country from Morocco, position right winger. Kylian Mbappé, 27 years old, country from France, position center forward. Endrick, 20 years old, country from Brazil, position center forward. Carlos Espy, 21 years old, country from Spain, position center forward. Transfer rumors. Raul Asensio, 23 years old, country from Spain, position center back. Sergio Martínez Montero, 20 years old, country from Spain, position center back. Enzo Fernandez, 25 years old, country from Argentina, position central midfield. Martin Zubimendi, 27 years old, country from Spain, position defensive midfield. Jude Bellingham, 23 years old, country from England, position central midfield. Franco Mastantuono, 19 years old, country from Argentina, position central midfield. Thiago Pitar Pinar, 19 years old, country from Spain, position central midfield. Brahim Diaz, 27 years old, country from Morocco, position central midfield. Gilberto Mora, 17 years old, country from Mexico, position central midfield. Victor Froholt, 20 years old, country from Denmark, position central midfield. Rodri, 30 years old, country from Spain, position defensive midfield. Nico Gonzalez, 24 years old, country from Spain, position central midfield. Brian Zamblé, 18 years old, country from Côte d'Ivoire, position right winger. Vinícius Júnior, 26 years old, country from Brazil, position left winger. Julian Alvarez, 26 years old, country from Argentina, position center forward. Endrick, 20 years old, country from Brazil, position center forward. Erling Haaland, 26 years old, country from Norway, position center forward.